Hey now, how you doing? Okay, so I hope that this comes out right. Um, I was thinking about the idea of being a loner. Now, this was triggered by two things. The very first thing was someone that I call an acquaintance, and they're a lot older than I am. Um, but I remember hearing them say one time that one of their fears was to be in their home for 2 weeks before anybody knew or noticed that they were dead. And I thought that that was so deep, and it it made my heart ache for that person because they have children and they have family, but they have isolated themselves through their own personal decisions and attitudes and, a plethora of different things. But when they said it, it hurt my feelings so bad that um, I took on this stance within myself that I was going to be the person to keep checking on them, because I wouldn't wish that on my enemy. Is to be so lonely that nobody cares if you died and nobody noticed. So then I got into a conversation with somebody recently, and I was just being an ear, just being a shoulder. It really wasn't even a conversation. I was just being an ear, just listening. But they said something that triggered me again in the same idea. They were talking about someone who was an acquaintance of theirs, friend, acquaintance, foe, whatever, you know. It's not my place to judge. But so they were talking, and they brought up the fact that this said person they knew um, was lonely, and they didn't have any friends, and they didn't have any family to come and check on them. And because of their decisions and things that they've done, they uh, alienated themselves. Now, this said person, I wouldn't really call them an acquaintance, but I know them. And the way that they live life rubbed me the wrong way, and I don't like being around the person. But everybody needs friends, right? But the thing that triggered me within that conversation is that I too looked at myself and said, damn, you don't have many friends. I do have some. They're far away from me, so we don't interact very often. But you don't have many family members that you connect with on a regular. So, in some way, you and this person is alike. Now, I will say that I've made some decisions and things that I've done in my past years that have ruffled some feathers in the wrong ways. So, those I take on my chin. Bad decisions that happen, deal with it, right? However, I stand in my quote unquote loneliness very happy and at peace today. And this is why. Me personally, I prayed about 5 years ago that God would give me another canvas. Give me some new paint, blank canvas, brand new paintbrushes. Okay, give me a new easel. I want to repaint my story. Because in my youth, everybody that I had surrounded myself with, and being young, you don't have the wisdom to see clearly into people and situations. You're just winging it. But because you're young and you don't understand the depths of many situations that come with people, you just just jump right on in. You have this freedom about you. Like, yeah, it's going to be fun. But the reason why I asked for a new paint set is because everything that I had invited into, and everyone that I had invited into my world, on some level was keeping me small. And what I mean by small is, if you see yourself being a great writer or a great singer or a great cook or a pastor or, whatever it is that you see for your life, and you have people around you that are telling you, no, you can't do that. I couldn't do it. You can't do that, or you have people that invite you to the party and you're the butt of ridicule and jokes, or every time that you invite them to uh, to celebrate with you in some situation that you deem worthy of celebrating, and they don't show up, or when they show up, they are very sad and acting like, just acting real funky, bringing your vibe down. And this is every time. Like, it's not just one time, because one time you could have gotten into it with your man or your woman. You could have, blew a tire on your way here. You having a rough day, but you showed up anyway. Understood. But if 19 out of 20 times this is how you receive me, if you invite me to the family function and you're like, oh, I can't wait to see you, I really would, but I'm the only one at the party that you kind of shunning and walking away from, and I don't even know none of these people in here, but I came for you and you ain't said two words to me. I pull up to your house with my brand new Ferrari and you ain't happy for me. I got a new job that's paying me $80,000 a year. And it's a long jump from the whatever I was doing beforehand. And you're not happy for me. There's no genuineness about your interaction with me. If you mistreat my children when we come around, there's a long list of things that people do on a regular. There's a long list of things that, let's just be honest, there's a lot of people out here in the world who don't want to take accountability for their toxic traits, habits, things they do. When you get to a point where you no longer want to be the friend that this person calls to go and key Abdul's car and bust his windows and, all the toxic entertainment that people are into. I had a friend at one point. Well, I called them a friend. But anyway, their family member was getting married. And I sat back and I talked to, they kept talking to me about it because, it's not my brother, not my problem, right? But they weren't really cool with the wife to be, okay? And I understand you not being cool with the wife to be, so you're not really looking forward to the moment of marriage. I get that. But the brother is extremely happy. If you can't find happiness for your brother's happiness, you damn sure ain't gonna be able to find none for me. If you know that Martha is trying to build a daycare from the ground up, this is her dream. She's running towards it, right? But every time Martha gets on the phone to discuss business with the parties that she needs to reach out to make this said thing come to fruition, you got that one family member or friend that want to start they was on the phone before you got on the phone, but now all of a sudden they want to start hollering and cackling about very inappropriate situations, knowing that you're trying to take care of some business. And this is not just once. Or you ask them to stop displaying themselves and their very personal lives in front of your children. And they keep doing it. Because they see nothing wrong with the way that they're carrying themselves. And it isn't. Because that way that they want to live their lives is fine. And we need to let them be. However, I don't have to let you be that around me. So if I need to drop everybody and everything to walk the walk that I'm trying to walk, hey, lonely is all right by me. Because I also asked for him to lead me to my tribe. Lead me towards the people who are supposed to be on this new canvas. So if I have to wait a little while in the quiet, in the dark, in the lonely, to ensure that the people that's going to walk with me in this next portion of my life is not trying to trip me up, is not loyal to me, is not trying to help, I'm not wasting no paint on your ass. I'm not wasting no paint on you. So, if something wrong with me, because I don't want to play in your toxic sandboxes. Baby, say what you need to say, sing a song, write a book about it. Call me what you will. Call me what you want. But I tell you what, it's real peaceful. I ain't crying about what nobody did to me, what nobody said to me. Next time you invite me to the cookout and you tell me that you ain't running no soup kitchen because I asked for some water, I bet you I won't put myself in that situation. Just to give off the idea that people like me when they clearly showed me they didn't. Baby, bye. Baby, bye. So I hope and pray that you all get to that point where you need a new canvas. If you come to that point, because if the canvas that you have is great, hallelujah. But if you need a new canvas and some new paint and some new paint brushes, don't you worry about nothing. Because the people that is supposed to be is coming. And the people that wouldn't, baby, I sold that frame at an auction. Good day.